So this is the documentation of my DIY project. Originally, I had planned to build a synthesizer that would use this function generator to make sounds, like sine, triangle, and square waves, and I wanted it to be changed by those keys. Getting the keys to work was way beyond my scope after I soon found out, so I wanted to just simply make a sound, which also ended up being difficult because I soldered this whole thing wrong. One thing that I did gain from this project is I learned how to solder. I learned what to do and what not to do when soldering. So that is a very big thing for me. But I inverted the capacitors, which is one big reason why this isn't working, and this frequency controller thing I put in the wrong way and snipped down the long end, so now there's no way of closing the circuit. So this doesn't work. Oh, and I also needed to build an amplifier to drive the speaker, which requires more parts that I don't have time to collect. So I decided to opt to make this thing, which is a small motor from a fan that you plug into the bottom of your phone that is supposed to power the crank arm on this music box that plays Hey Jude by the Beatles. So I cut out this piece of copper in the jewelry studio so this thing would fit nice and snug to be in the right position, and super glued it on. And originally this motor is actually, when it wasn't connected, I was able to power it by just putting a single AA battery on either end of these wires. But when I actually hooked it up to this, it was a bit too much for it to handle. It didn't have enough strength, not enough torque to make this spin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order more parts, and I'm gonna look for a better motor, and I'm gonna keep chugging at these, but since I'm out of time, I'm gonna leave it at this and cut my losses. I have learned a lot from this project, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to come up with a product or a result that I really wanted.